Okay, in this video we're going to be designing a harvest pumpkin. So let me show you a quick example. Let's see. Here's an example of what we'll be creating. And if we download it as a PNG file, then we can actually add it to another picture. So that's what we're going to work on today. And let's see, here we go. So the first thing I want you to do is know that this checkerboard area is your canvas. And we are going to start out by getting the shape tool. We will go to shapes and then come straight across, and not the first rectangle, but this second rectangle with the curved corners is the one we're going to use. So now we can click and drag out a curved rectangle like that. Okay. And now what I'd like you to do is click on this little diamond shape, the rhombus tool, and we are going to drag the corners so they're even more rounded like that. Okay, now with it still selected, I'd like you to hold down the control key and click the letter D. That duplicates your rectangle. Now we are going to make it a little less wide, like that, and a little more tall, like that. And then we'll center this one over top of the other one. And I want to go even a little less wide. Okay, and probably a little less tall. There we go. Okay, so get yours the way you want it. And now we're going to repeat that process. So we will hold down Control and click the letter D. And we will make this one skinnier still and taller also, like that. And then I'll try and center it. Notice it gives you red lines when you center stuff on the same line. So now it's trying to look like a pumpkin. I think these need to be longer. So I'm going to click on that one, and then I'll click on this one. Then I'll try and center all this stuff. That looks better to me. Okay, so there's my basic pumpkin shape. Now I'm going to go back to my shape tool, and I'm going to click on shapes. I'm going to come straight across, and then I'm going to come down to this second row, and I'm going to get the trapezoid. And I'm going to drag a trapezoid out up at the top here. And now I want to get that to the center, and see how the red lines help me? Okay, so now I like that. Okay, so now I'd like to get this looking more like a pumpkin. So I'm going to start clicking on these shapes. I'll click on this first one, and I'm going to come up here to the paint bucket. I'm going to click on there, and I'm going to get maybe this dark orange one, and I'm going to make that dark orange, and then I'll come next to it right here, and I'll click on the pencil, and I'll click transparent, and that takes away my outline. Now I'm going to come and click on this second oval, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on the paint bucket, and I'm going to make it dark orange 1, and I'm going to click on the pencil, and I'm going to click transparent. But now with dark orange 1, I'm going to change it. I'm going to go to custom, and I'm going to grab it from where it is. This is dark orange 1. I'm going to drag this circle down and to the left and click OK. And now that made that a little darker. Okay. Now I'm going to click on the back rectangle, and I'm going to click on the custom color that I just made. And now I'm going to click on the fill again, and I'm going to click custom, and I'm going to go down and to the right again. And now I have 3 different colors for my pumpkin. One last thing, pencil, transparent. And let's do the same thing to this trapezoid. I'm going to make that kind of green, and I'm going to do pencil, transparent. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our pumpkin. Let's start working on the face. So I'm going to click on my shapes again, go to shapes, and I'm going to get this circle. It's called oval. And I'm going to be up here in the corner. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to backspace. I'm going to get that shape again. Click on it. Now I'm going to hold down Shift while I drag. I'm going to hold down Shift, click, and drag. And what that does is gives me a perfect circle. Okay, except I think I took my finger off. So now I'm going to make that just one shade off of white. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of the outline, pencil, transparent. Okay, and now I'll do Control D, and it makes a copy for me. So I'm going to move my eyes into place. Okay, now my eyes need some pupils, don't they? So I'm going to get that oval shape again, but this time I'm not going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to make it kind of an oval. Oh, it made it pumpkin color. Well, we'll fix that in a minute. Let's click on that paint bucket, and I'm going to use almost the darkest gray right next to black. And then I'll do Control D, and I'll put a pupil in the other eye. How's that look? That eye. There we go. I like that. Now let's look for something that'll make a good mouth. I'm going to use this chord tool. It looks kind of like a mouth that's got a flat line on top. So I'm going to click and drag it. Oh, it's not really going the way I want it to. So now I'm going to click on here and turn it till it looks like it's kind of right side up. And maybe I like that better. Okay. So you can play with it and get it looking the way you want it. And now I'm going to use that same dark gray again. Okay, we need to give it some teeth, huh? So let's go back and get shapes. And I'm going to use this triangle right here. Drag that out like that. And I'll make this that same off-white, like gray. And then I'm going to flip it over 180 degrees. Now, I'll make it smaller. Let's bring that down to our mouth. Let's go, oops. I want to make it a little smaller. I like that. And then I'll do Control D. And I'll move it over here. How's that look? Now, last thing, come up here off of your face, off of all your shapes, click and drag a rectangle around everything. And then we're going to go to Arrange and Group. And that makes it all one thing. My pumpkin is done. I hope you like it. Bye.